Hey y'all, I just wanted to chit chat about my stash and my love-hate relationship with it. So I just put down this piece of mente paper, mamarazzi, to give something to look at if you're glancing at your screen. So I have had a long struggle with getting my products organized in a useful way for me. And I used to be downstairs off of the kitchen in a spare bedroom that was my craft room since we had moved into this house. And I have 2 rooms upstairs and a bathroom that my stepsons stayed in, but now they're grown and gone, so we never even used the upstairs of this house. It's not a full upstairs, it's just a bedroom, hallway, bathroom, other bedroom. Well, one day I got to thinking and I said, are those bedrooms bigger than the bedroom downstairs? And it was. So I got this bright idea to move my craft room, and we got my furniture moved in up here, and I started bringing things up, and it was all nice and organized. And you know how we can let things get out of hand and get disorganized in our craft space, and that's where I'm at in this craft space. But I have in the other bedroom, because it was empty, I have things over there that have never even made it into this room yet. And it's really been a problem for me. I love things organized. I don't like to organize unless I'm in the mood for it, which is not often because I just don't enjoy that part of it. But it's really been bothering me, and I've been addressing it, and I've been slowly working on it because, you know, this is a hobby, not a job, and we have real life to deal with, and so it gets put on the back burner a lot. And I just got into the habit of, if I worked on something, didn't finish it, I put it in a little pile, and then I would just add to that pile. And it just, you know, it gets out of hand quickly when you're dealing with a lot of product. So I was really overwhelmed and beating myself up and just stressed out about it. And I was talking to my friend Scylla over at Choice Bits of Bliss. That's her YouTube channel. And we were talking about product and stuff, and she mentioned how much now a pack of thickers cost. She said they're $7. And I was like, what? She said if they're not on sale, they are $7. That is the manufacturer's retail suggested price. And I couldn't believe it, because I don't think I've ever bought a set of thickers that weren't on sale or, you know, came from Tuesday Morning. So then I got thinking, you know, well, I mean, just the cost of stuff is going up so much. Then I'm like, well, I'm glad I have what I have, because I can't replace it with, oh, how do I word it? It would be hard to replace it today, because I look at all the thickers I have, and if you times it times, you know, $7 a pack, it's like, holy cow, you know. So then I'm like, well, I love that I have the product that I have, because things have gone up so much, not just in the crafting world, but gas prices, insurance, groceries, eating out. I mean, Everything is going up. So I'm glad I have what I have. So then I love my stash because honestly, I don't need to buy anything else. You know, I'm in my 50s. I don't think I could use everything that I have now. I don't think I'd ever use it all up because I don't scrapbook 24/7. Most of us can't, even though we'd like to. So then I'm glad that I have what I have. But then, you know, it's like getting it and having it and organizing it and storing it. That's a whole nother hobby in itself. And that's just part of it that I don't enjoy as much as creating layouts. And then I get mad because instead of crafting, I'm having to spend time dealing with all the stuff that I have, but then I'm glad with all the stuff that I have. So it's just kind of back and forth, back and forth. And I'm grateful for what I have. But, you know, I think if I just had my subscription kits and that was it, I would be satisfied with just those things. Because I have plenty of those that I haven't even touched. But, of course, I'm not going to get rid of the stuff that I have. But I don't buy single sheets of paper anymore unless it is the nice stuff that from that section in Joann's where they carry like the 4 or 5 lines. Is it signature or something? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, when they clearance that and get the new stuff in, I will go and I will buy up a lot of that paper. Like, I can use this for a background, or I can cut this apart. I'll buy a lot of that because it's 25 cents a sheet. But as far as just going and buying single sheets of paper, I really haven't done that in a long time. Because my goal is to not get rid of, but use up all my single sheets of paper that are, say, in a color category. I don't want those color categories anymore. I want to get that stuff used up. I like kits and collections. Subscription kits and collections. That is my jam because I like it when everything's put together for me and I don't have to find a piece of paper to go with this piece of paper and then embellishments that'll go with it. I just like it all done for me. That's just my preference. But anyway, the other part that I'm getting at is I was at an antique mall and a lady working at one of the booths. I don't know if she was the owner of the antique mall or she gave me her business card, so I think she was the owner. But we got to chat and she was putting out stuff and we were just talking. And she said she was having an estate sale in January. This was a few months back. And she said, oh, it's going to be a pretty big one. And she's, you know, lots of dolls. And I said, well, I don't do the doll. I have a few collector dolls, but I don't collect dolls. And I said, I'm a scrapbooker. And she said, oh, well, there's going to be a ton of scrapbooking and sewing supplies. So that's why she gave me her business card. She's like, follow me on Facebook and you'll see information about it there. So it was Friday and Saturday. And I went Friday and I went into this house and it was slammed full. The house was slammed full. I mean, of just stuff. Hundreds of dolls, collector dolls, nice dolls. And I'm like, they said, oh, are you looking for something in particular? I said, the scrapbooking. And so she said, it's back here in this room. And I went in that room and I was overwhelmed. There was so much stuff. And this person apparently was a card maker because there was I don't know how many stamps, hundreds of stamps, dies, boxes, and zip folders full of embossing folders. There were card subscription boxes from Anna Griffin. Like, it was like they bought this card, like a set, a card kit. There were boxes of Stampin' Up card subscription kits that were still in the shrink wrap, and where it was mailed to this individual, it was never even open. And these had dates of them from 3 years ago, and they were never opened. There were stamp sets that were never used, because you can tell when a stamp set is used. Cricut machine, you know, the manual die cuts machine. There was a slice machine with tons of, I don't know if it was, I can't remember if it was cartridges. I just seen it. It was all in a crate. You know, slice machine and all the products that go along with it. Cuttlebug stuff. And I'm not familiar with the Cuttlebug, but it was like these dies in the box and plates that go along with it. And I'm like, why do they have all these separate plates that go with these dies? It came like together as a kit. There was some paper there, and I didn't even look at the paper. There was not a lot of paper, but in punches. And I'm going to show you what I did buy, because I did buy a few things, but a lot of it was extremely overpriced. And I think it was because, I'm guessing, if you're running an estate sale, that woman probably got a percentage of the sales. So of course she wanted to make as much money as she could possibly get, because then that would give her a bigger chunk. I'm guessing that's how it works. I could be wrong, but she had stuff marked so high. She had an older Cricut machine, and it was like $175. And I'm like, you know, anybody who's looking at the prices on this stuff and they know what they're looking at, they're not going to buy it. They're not going to pay that for it. It's too much. And like, I had a Creative Memories mat and some blades, because I thought, oh, maybe some of my friends, if they use a Creative Memory trimmer, I can give them these blades. And she wanted $20 for that. And I'm like, I'm not paying $20 for a mat and some blades. I mean, it was never even opened. And I don't know how much it costs now, but at an estate sale, I'm not going to pay $20 for that. There were two of the Michaels, the smaller rolling carts. She wanted $100 for both of those. That was way too much. I think you can get them cheaper than that, brand new in the box. You know, unless you accounted for somebody putting it together for you. And one of them had a drawer missing out of the bottom. But anyway, it was just, it was expensive. But I just looked at all that unopened product, all these stamps, Tim Holtz, tons of Stampin' Up, close to my heart. I mean, it wasn't inexpensive stamps. She had like a Sterilite drawer on rollers, and it was full of nothing but the wood-mounted stamps. And it just kind of made me sad that this person had all this stuff, and a lot of it had never even been opened and used. And I thought, you know what? I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be where buying is just a hobby in itself. And I have been that way at times. Oh, a Tuesday morning, man, I'd come home with a bag of stuff constantly. And it may be $20 here, $30 there, but if you add it up over time, it adds up. And then to bring it home and just have it in my room and it just sits here. And yeah, I mean, I got a kick out of buying it, but I'd get a bigger kick out of actually using it. And I don't want to be that way. I don't want to have all this stuff that I've never even used. It just kind of made me sad. I mean, there was a whole crate full of Martha Stewart punches that were still in the packaging. And that's what I did, buy some of those, because when Martha Stewart was in the heyday of punches, I wasn't scrapbooking a whole lot at that time, and I was getting kits, so I was satisfied with what I had. So I did buy some punches, but just looking at all that stuff, it was just like, how much of this that this woman didn't enjoy using. I'm sure she enjoyed buying it, but she didn't enjoy using it, and there was no way that anybody could use that many stamps. I just don't know how, unless you were 24/7 stamping. But anyway, to each their own, and I don't criticize anybody for what they spend their money on. But it just made me personally, it made me sad to see all that stuff. It was so overwhelming, and most of it wasn't even touched. And then I was like, I don't want that to happen to me. So then I start, oh, I got too much stuff. You know, it's just a back and forth that I'm really trying to deal with. And I have really curbed my spending. You know, I'm staying out of Tuesday morning. I did go in out of curiosity, and I did buy 2 packs of thickers, and they have went from $2.99 to $3.29. That was the price increase at Tuesday morning. But $3.29 compared to $7 or $6 something if it's on sale, or $5 something if it's on sale, and then you add the shipping, it's still a good deal to me. Inflation is just what we're having to deal with right now. But anyway, I did slip and buy 2 packs of thickers. But they had a lot of collection kits from Echo Park or Cartabella. I didn't even want them. And I didn't even look at the price of them. I just kind of flipped through them and looked at what they were. You know, and it was a lot of the farmhouse this, and a lot of it are, you know, already have that or something similar to that. And it didn't hurt my feelings to leave it there. So I was pretty proud of myself for that. And I'm going to show you what I got at this estate sale. And I got things that I could use over and over again. I did get this vintage leaves Stampin' Up. And I don't even know if they have a year on them. Let me open it up. I don't have a lot of Stampin' Up stamps. And I'm not a big stamper to begin with. But I did like these vintage leaves. I don't see a year on them. And one of them's been used. And then I just thought they were very pretty. You know, they were the vintage style. I did get that. I picked up these old Sizzlet dies, still in the packaging. I don't think they've been used. 2008, and I paid $5 for those. So I thought that was good to have a smaller alphabet. Well, I'll hold them up here. You can see they're a smaller size. Okay. I had to stop the video for a second because when I stood up to show you the size of these letters, I seen I was getting a phone call. I did get the, you know what? Yeah, here it is. I did get, these have been used, the long plates, because I don't have any. And I do have a long die that I haven't used that I needed a long plate for. So I did pick that up. And this is Tim Holtz, and it's called Wanted Alphabet. So it's kind of like a little bit of the Western style letters. And the thing that I was excited to get and see was some Martha Stewart punches. I got this border punch. And then this, which I'm going to have to look up how to use it. Maybe it was used because there weren't any instructions in it. The set, this is Martha Stewart to make the doilies. I don't know. I'll watch and see how to use it. And I got these. These are to make the doilies. So here's the designs. So that was all that I got. And I'd asked her if they were doing a discount on the last day or half off. And she said, well, she didn't know. Depend on how the sale went. And she had, could sell stuff online, yada, yada. And I thought, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm not going to go back. I got a few things that I was happy with. And I didn't need any more dies. I didn't need any more stamps because I'm not stamping with the stamps that I have. So, the moral of my video is, use your stuff. If you buy it, you liked it, so use it. We're all bad about seeing a good deal or seeing somebody else use something and then we want it because they used it and we loved what they made with it, and then we buy it and then we just put it away and we don't use it. So I'm still battling with my love-hate relationship of my stash, but I am grateful that I have a stash because we're planning on retiring within the next 4 years, both of us. So I'll have a lot of scrapbooking product to play with at that time. I buy what I like. So I don't care if it's 10 years old. I'm not a big purger. I did purge some things in previous videos, and if you've seen what it was, you know it's like 20 years old, the stuff that I get rid of. So I usually like what I buy and I keep it. So that's it. Just wanted to get my thoughts out there, and I was glad I did buy this because these are products that I can use over and over again. And guess what? There were some of these doily punches that I left there because I didn't like the design on them. I mean, they were fine, but I wasn't like, ooh, that's pretty. So I left it there. I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it because it was there, because it was less inexpensive, you know, than buying it new. I bought these because I liked them. Well, this one came in the starter kit, and I really like that one, but I bought those three and this punch. There was, like I said, a whole, like one of those plastic crates, milk crates, full of Martha die punches, and that's what I left with. So somebody else could enjoy the rest of them. So that is it, and thanks for listening to my rambling, and we'll see you next time. Bye.